did not murder
art.
Welcome back to another episode of Scraps.
We back. Let's get into it. You came up here
So,
discussing my favorite
Severance.
Oh my god.
No, so I was talking to Newman prior to this about how AI is going to ruin artists. I'm not going to lie, I wanted to do the thing until people started getting mad. I wanted to Ghiblify myself.
Bruh.
Like what the actual do you
Why
even
people
care?
are upset about it?
Yeah, do you even care about it? Like how
mean,
far in
I can understand
how far deep does the AI trigger go? Like, because there's some people that are like, yeah, I don't give a fuck about it. It's whatever. And then there's some people that are like super like, I don't give a fuck about it, but I don't want it to have, for example, my information. I don't want it to tap into my information. Or there's people that you get into like, oh, I don't like it because artists are getting their jobs taken away or whatever.
So, on the artist part, I mean, to me, I'm like, I can understand why like people are upset about it, but I'm more for like people that can't afford it. I'm like, it's just because again, to me, when people started doing it, I thought it was just for fun. But then when some people were like taking it mad, like serious, and like getting pissed off at people because they did it, I'm just like, yo, relax.
Yeah, like to me, as like I don't mind.
It was like the outrage is like,
yeah,
like y'all went from like 0 to 100 mad
really
quick.
fast. But I mean, that's everybody on the internet, though. I feel like that's what happens. But like, I don't know. I don't mind people using AI to create stuff, but here's my but: don't say that you didn't use AI to create it. If that makes any sense.
No, yeah, for sure.
That's all I get.
Because my thing about it is just like, look, for people, like the best example is because everybody's doing that Studio Ghibli thing right now. Like I'm pretty sure Hayao Miyazaki probably wouldn't be a fan of that shit personally because I'm just like y'all are like biting my shit.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I'm probably during a certain time while you were saying like the beginning of the segment, I'm gonna just Studio Ghibli you.
That's fine with me too. But so have you seen the one where it's they did the whole not Inception, Interstellar, like
Yeah.
the beginning thing.
I saw one where like they did what's do you remember the meme of it's Django Unchained and it's like Leonardo DiCaprio doing that like when he's sipping on his wine or whatever.
Oh yeah,
he's like
that is not Django Unchained.
Oh, what is it?
That is something day in Hollywood or whatever.
Whoa, he's been casted in the same kind of movies.
I'm not gonna lie, those are one's a western, one's like 70s Hollywood.
White people look alike.
It's the same person. White people look alike. It's the same character. It's the same actor.
Anyways, I've seen people like do that, but Studio Ghibli version, like I'm all for it. Like memes that we all love, like what's it called? The what? That one, Studio Ghibli, like that, to me that's funny because it's well done. Like it's
the AI does it really well.
Really well. Now, like, dude, honestly, if you would again, I've been not to sound like a hipster, I love AI. I started playing with it like maybe like 4 years ago or so.
I've never touched it once.
I remember, I think one time during the era, I remember trying to ask y'all if I could use y'all's face to train an AI to do pictures of y'all, and everybody didn't like it because it again like using your picture or your face.
Because you were like, send me this many pictures of yourself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't even take one picture of myself.
I'm
the
type of guy that takes my dick pics with my face because I'm trying to knock 2 stones. 2 birds with 1 stone.
Look at my dating profile. One of my pictures is from fucking COVID. That's how long ago I took a picture.
I'm cute. but you know what I mean? Like, that's why it's like it's a little too That's why from then to like, oh, you need fucking 20 pictures of yourself to now where it literally just needs one.
You just
picture.
upload it and it'll
boom,
just
it just figures it out like that fast. That's the part that I'm like, wow, that's kind of cool.
You know, because people got so mad about it, like the OpenAI kind of said for like I think a day or like most of a day they stopped letting you do it. Like people copy the Studio Ghibli style, and then literally the next day they just let it go back on again.
Good. I mean, you should. I mean, I don't mind. Obviously, I think Hayao Miyazaki wasn't like his life goal wasn't to have his art be like that. But
so if it's used in a monetary way, would you think that's wrong? So say so say we did Studio Ghibli ourselves.
I would love that. I would love that.
Wait, let's do the fucking Arnold meme. Look at the camera. Do it now. But if we did that and put it in a shirt, would you be okay with that?
Okay.
Personally, no.
So now you're getting into
because now you're monetizing AI photo of someone else's style that is clearly his style. This is clearly Hayao Miyazaki's style of making stuff.
You are 100% right, dude. You hit it the nail with the hammer. But here's the but. This is where you start getting weird with AI. It's like okay. I'm gonna give you an example. It's a little bit close to it, but it's adjacent. For example, Etsy. Right, Etsy, you know the website Etsy where you buy stuff.
Where now it's pretty much just a drop ship.
Yeah, basically, right? So Etsy, there'd be a lot of people that like, for example, oh, I make scarves, but I make anime scarves. So all the scarves have anime characters.
And I'm pretty sure you're gonna get it that approved.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm making them. But I'm using IP that's not my property, but you still sell it. So, okay, if you can do that and that's in a weird way a gray area, this is where you start entering the AI. You're entering a gray area because theoretically speaking, you're not going to get the Terminator in the style of Studio Ghibli ever officially licensed by both of those parties.
Yeah.
So if fucking his name is Kyle and Kyle is selling them from...
And Kyle does tile.
Kyle does tile.
And Kyle once a while uses AI.
Why are you making a nursery rhyme out of this? But you know what I'm saying, right? Like, but he sells shirts that is the Terminator in Studio Ghibli style that was generated in AI, but he's making money. To me, it's a weird gray area because it's like there was never a demand for it until Kyle decided to put that prompt into the AI machine.
And you know what? Kyle should have just stayed and done tile.
Yeah.
But no, it's one of those things where
that's what I'm saying. Like,
if it's the thing of like, cause okay, one of the people that I saw doing it, this guy, this streamer that I follow called NMP lol, he did it with a picture of him and I'm pretty sure his girlfriend. I don't know that situation, but somebody that he streams with. I was like, right. And then people on his fucking comments were going haywire, like they were pissed. To where he replied, I'm just like some shit of like, you people that are commenting, I don't give a fuck. I did it as like a joke, and I know it's not the greatest. Like I know it doesn't look. It's not legit like the best fucking. Yeah, I just did it like to like fuck with it, kind of. And then like later on he replies later on, it's like 100 and something else messages, and I still haven't read a single one of y'all.
Damn.
Because I'm just like, he was just getting bombarded with like people just hating on it.
That's where like again,
and I'm not someone that can. Like, I'm not a drawer. It's hard. I can't do it. It's difficult. I used to fucking trace.
I ain't no motherfucking drawer, man. I ain't no goddamn painter, man.
I ain't no goddamn.
I ain't no goddamn Kyle with the file doing tile with the smile. Anyways, but no, I agree with you because like this is the same. You're getting into the territory of like, and this might sound weird. Remember, okay, there used to be a time, people that are very young, where you can buy music, right? You to consume music was through physical realm, and then something happened where people were like, "Oh, you can have a MP3 player."
Oh my god, you could use LimeWire.
Yeah, exactly. See, now we're getting
and
into
then
that.
this guy named Kyle came up with LimeWire
LimeWire while working on tiles with a smile. But you get what I'm saying? So then, like, then the music industry or people like artists themselves were like upset about that. They didn't feel right because
they felt like it was just gonna kill their market, though.
And it did, because guess what happened? Yeah. Then you had, again, no bullshit, LimeWire, Napster, and all that shit. And then you had people like Metallica, like Lars, the drummer, was like, "That's not right. People are stealing artists' music for the cheap, and it made art not as valuable anymore." Which, in my honest opinion, hot take, art for a while now has low-key been decreasing, as in like valued wise. Artists aren't really valued. It's the personality that's valued more than anything, but the art itself isn't as valued anymore. So what'd you expect? But
expand on that a little bit. What do you mean by like the
art isn't valued as much? Like back then, like I think there's so much art nowadays that it's just like, okay, cool. You do art. Like art is not seen as like for example, the year is 1920. You're an artist.
You're Van Gogh.
You're Van Gogh. You're like, that's your career. That's how you made a living. Art.
I still think people do that though.
No, I don't think it's as frequent as it once was. Back then, you could be, I'm a dancer and I dance here. But then you stop like that. You're not as compensated as much, and that shit dies off. I think that's what's happened to art. Like you don't see us or normal people in general go to an art gallery.
So for that reason, don't you think that since this open AI is now more of a thing, people are more upset about it? Because I'm just like, cool, you made such a finite thing even more finite.
Exactly. I think people,
and that's why people are upset.
I think you have two different people being upset for two different reasons. One is the artist, right? Which I agree wholeheartedly. It sucks because now someone can do something that you've maybe practiced for over.
Because what's to say again?
Over 10 years to do something, and then now someone can just prompt it.
Say it happens to music.
It has happened to music,
but like I'm saying, to the sense of like I want it in the style of the Maries.
Brother, we can jump on the computer and I can show you some shit.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm just like, why is it that like when it comes to like photographic art or like painting or anything like that, people are more like, this is the thing where I'm just like, because I'm not that, I'm more like film and shit. When it comes to like shit that are like I find more like interesting, or like even music, I'm like I don't know how to do half of that shit. But like if I was to I wanted to like say I wanted something to sound like Last Dinosaurs, and then like it came up with something like that, I'm just like, for me, I do it just to fuck with it. But if I used it for monetary value, I'm just like, oh, now it's kind of like you're entering a zone of like, this is. Can you call yourself an artist?
Now you're getting into the deep space, like Beyonce. No offense to her, I don't think she's ever written a chord progression of her songs at all. From my understanding, she's had writers. So what is the difference between you being a pop star and having a team of writers, and now instead of having Joe Schmo or Kyle that works with tiles, now you have fucking
that made LimeWire.
Yeah, with a smile. Now you got a fucking computer. Like to me, that's not. Now you got like a weird separation. Now with visual art, that's different, because to me, I feel like visual art is one of the last arts that people really give a fuck about. Because not a lot of people give a fuck about. They like cool images, but nobody gives a fuck about like the artist in itself. Like only real fans love the artist, or you know what I mean, like the history behind the art. People just see art and like, cool, next. Because it's become that prevalent. That's what I'm saying. Like back then, like when you had let's say, for example, that's what I bring back then, like 1920s, when let's say you were commissioned to make a poster for General Motors. As an artist, you would pop off like creatively, and that poster in itself was like an artwork on top of just a marketing poster. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's not like that. Now, like fucking General Motor would just scour the internet to find someone that they have the artwork, or even now just put it on AI prompt, generate it, have someone tweak it, boom, done. There's the life of the art itself has been really removed due to like again money.
I think
like to pump out a lot of art.
I
like,
think for it in a digital space, it's gonna be the part that it's gonna take a hit on. Like again, you can't do a Banksy. Like you can say in the style of Banksy, but Banksy doesn't do his shit on fucking images.
No,
he doesn't do anything digitally. He goes out and makes his shit like on a wall.
That's what I'm saying. You still have. That's where like this is where the problem with AI is like, I get it. You can be pissed about that, but I feel like that's my maybe optimism. The seed of optimism is that it's gonna make people yearn for real human art instead of digital AI prompted commercial shit.
For example, people are using this shit for like thumbnails.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
And it's like really good.
You should use it. I think you should use AI as a tool. 100%. I don't think you should. Again, if everything is made, dude, I've even been tempted to. Do you remember when Corridor Digital made that whole?
Yeah.
We made
got fucking shitted on for it too.
Got shitted on. The part of me when I saw that, I was like, dude, you're telling me that if I really like honed into it, and
realize that was before this new update.
And
I was like, so with this new update, because again, for example, they made a moving image of the fucking Interstellar one. It was still pretty choppy, but it looked better than the one that they did with the Corridor Digital people did, to an extent of like the mouth moved very more, and like it was like the hands didn't like desync and shit like that.
To
so
me,
like it looked like this implemented with what they did would probably come out a lot better now.
100%. And this is okay. Can I dream a bit? Can you let me dream a bit before?
I don't think our government's allowing that.
So to me, when I saw that Corridor Digital thing, and I've seen it, because again on Twitter that's one of my feeds, AI shit, generated shit. I've been like, even with Adobe, like Adobe has.
Oh yeah,
Adobe's Firefly, they had their picture.
Even with like the whole thing where like with like a podcast, if you're like doing double shot,
yeah.
Like, it can,
even I mean, I'm gonna be honest and discreet. When I edit shit, I use AI tools. There's one that I use for the podcast that does the cutting.
But it's different because I think that's a tool to do it. It's not like editing it completely for
right.
you.
But here, okay. So here's where I'm going with this whole.
But like before you do that, this is what I'm saying. This is not like a tool. This is literally doing it. It's doing it all. It's not like, oh, it's like, hey, just shade this in for me because it's just like I'm already like too deep in it. It's not like that kind of tool. It's literally doing all of it.
Okay. So see how you have that point of view too. So now this is the other side of that coin. Remember, we have the people that are outraged that art is in a weird way being bastardized and like ripped away. And the other side of the camp, and this is the part that I'm kind of in a little bit and excited about it, is that now it gives people that don't have, number one, either the time or skills or resources to get good at certain things, to create at a certain level. But with certain prompts and words, I myself can compose, not be the illustrator in a sense, but compose a computer generated software to make an image that's in my head that I wouldn't have been able to do without its assistance. Because if we're talking into the art space of generative AI, there's certain softwares that I fucked around with where I literally doodle on it. and then I ask the prompt to kind of do the details, and then it uses your already shitty doodle because I'm not a good artist, and then it makes this amazing piece of art. Now, can you say that that's yours or not? It's a very gray area because, in a sense, you had your human dabble in it, right? But this is where it helps. Is like it made someone that can't fucking draw is able to draw and now make ideas and create. It gives people that couldn't create a chance to create a little bit. But just like you, I don't think you should call yourself a real artist if that's what you primarily do. But going into that dream shit, right? Because I feel like I'm filibustering here.
No, go ahead.
Is that when I saw the Corridor Digital do that shit, and I saw other people like on social media, and then I even saw like Adobe Firefly go from like, oh, you can AI image shit from like Photoshop. Oh, now you can do with Premiere Pro and After Effects. Yeah. Where like, let's say I'm shooting something in a horizon, right? And it cuts off the top and bottom. It will generate the shot, the lighting, and everything to it to fill in the void.
Yeah.
So to me, I love that. Did that exist in the physical realm? No. Did I shoot that personally with a camera? No. But was I able to generate it and make it part of my like composition? Yes. But going back to that, is like I would love to make like an animated or a cartoon or anime without me knowing how to fully
like
animate or you know what I mean? To me, I feel like that is also fucking cool as hell. Like being able to like sit down for like 3-4 hours with an AI and figure out the right prompt for a character sheet, you know what I mean? Of a character that you want, and then make a comic book or like, you know what I mean? A manga or something using AI's capability of drawing, and then you able to dictate it to not only just have something, but be like, yo, this is my pilot. You know what I mean? That's the part that I think AI, we're going to start seeing a lot of. We're going to start seeing a lot of people, I hope,
that have stories being able to finally put it out there.
Being able to create something that's been in their head because the only limitation was knowledge / time. And what AI can do is provide you with the knowledge / time in a matter of seconds.
Again,
it's a slippery slope, though.
I really want to know from like people that do art, like if you guys are in our comments, please explain to me why it's not something that like, or why the outrage is so high. It's like, did we nail it with like it just being that like it does it all for you? It's not like a tool where it like helps you here and there. It's just pretty much just copy and paste kind of shit, or is it just because like it's like it's already like a finite thing, and like you're just making it more finite?
Yeah.
Or is it because you don't fucking like Kyle? That did Tile.
That works with a smile. But no, I mean it's fair. It's a fair point to be upset, but just know that this was eventually going to happen, and this just happens.
This also
it always happens to art. Art is always the first thing to happen.
It goes back to like that podcast that I told you, the Lemonade Stand, where they talked about like AI and how people are freaked out about it, because I'm just like, any development in like human history has always ended up making more jobs instead of like, again, when like the whole computer stuff came to be, like the amount of jobs that it's created because of like computers has like over like extended the amount of jobs that it's like taken out. Again, back in the day, like you weren't able to like fucking like it wasn't easy to do certain things that like you can do now with like computers.
Yeah,
so
100%.
like I think AI is one of those things where I'm just like, as crazy as it's like getting, I think it's one of those things that it's gonna like benefit like a lot of things, and like it's not gonna, even though like people think that it's gonna like take a lot of things away, I don't think it's gonna do that at all. I think humans are not gonna let that happen.
No. I think it's on the creative side. I think it's gonna let a lot of people create more freely, even though you're gonna see a lot of shitty AI art. I think you can see. I don't know. Part of me is now that I'm thinking about it, I should just do it. Just do like a 1 episode thing, whether it be like animated or just like a manga / comic book. Because you can't do that's the thing. Is like obviously is it frowned upon as an artist? Yeah. Would Stan Lee be like, yo, that's not cool? Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? But Stan Lee was around when the Nazis were around, so what the fuck does he know? But you didn't mean, right? I think it's just like it's a matter of culture shifting, and I think AI is part of the culture shift. I think it's. I mean, I like AI. I'm a fan of it.
I still have not fucked with it one bit.
Oh, okay.
And well, it's not that it's not. It's more of like I think you got to sign up for these like places to use it, right?
No, not a lot of places.
Like, what's the one that everybody's using? That
ChatGPT.
Is that the one that did the?
Yeah, you can use ChatGPT for free just to talk to it. But if you want to like prompt it to make images, I think you only get like 3 per day or some shit like that.
But like that's the one that people are using right now. That's like freaking everybody out.
You also have, I mean, Twitter X has Grok. You got, dude,
even then,
you got a lot of shit, dude. You Discord, you got Midjourney. Like, dude, this is what I'm telling you. There's even one that you would have to access the Google. I forgot what it's called, but it's like, it's one of the Google apps that lets you tap into different servers, and then you tap into that server, and that server is a AI generative computer. So then you just like. It's a whole lot of bullshit. There's a lot of ways to.
Bro, I've seen like AI. The streamers that I watched that pretty much have said that they talk to ChatGPT person, and I'm just like, that's so fucking like they're having full on conversations and like divulging like shit to like help them out. I'm just like, this is insane to me.
My favorite one is PI, which is personal intelligence. That one, like. When I open it up sometimes to like figure out information, it's like, how's your day going? Like, how's this? How's that? Nice. Cool. It's like genuinely conversation. It's
weird to me.
It's weird, but also
and I'm the one that liked her.
I was gonna say in a weird way, I feel like you can also maybe try to fall in love with it, maybe.
Hey, look, all I'm saying, if you give me a little ScarJo in it, I might.
I mean, people are already beating their meats to their phone. There ain't nothing gonna change with this.
All right, well,
but let us know what you think. I think AI should come here and take over our bodies, take our germs, take over our bodies, use us as fuel.
We should all be cyborg.
The Matrix.
Bring in fucking cyberpunk.
Yeah, someone be fucking Will Smith and take over. X, I don't know.
Oh, the movie I'm Robot.
Whatever. Anyways, you know what I'm talking about.
Y'all let us know what y'all opinions are. I personally really want to know what you guys think. But again, we're Scraps. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
Bye.